Okay, well, welcome everyone. This is Carol Ford. We're going to get started. I am the Vice President of Sales and Customer Service at Regal Home and Gifts, and it is my pleasure to walk you through this presentation here tonight to get you off to the right start, get you started with a strong foundation to building a business as big as you would like. What is it that you would like to achieve with your Regal Home and Gifts business? That is my mission, is to help you get there. And so we're going to go through some very important steps that you need to take initially in order to get yourself there. So as we go through this, as I've been saying earlier, as you were arriving, I do encourage you to take notes because we're going to cover a lot of information, and after a while it's going to start to feel like overwhelming perhaps for some of you because it's so much information. So you're going to want to have your notes to go back to and refresh your memory on some of the things that we said. I'm also going to send you a recording of this so that you have it to play it over and over again as you need to apply the various things that we're going to talk about. So it is such an exciting time for me anytime that we have new ambassadors coming on board. I've been doing direct sell for, I'm going to say 30 plus, okay? Because I don't want to admit exactly how long that has been. You're going to start doing the math here. So I've been involved in direct selling for most of my career. I started as a school teacher, and when I first held my firstborn, I thought there's no way I'm going back to the classroom. I want to raise this child myself. And that's during the time in which I was looking for another income that I can have to continue to supplement our income for the family, but not need to go back to teaching. And that's when I was introduced to sales. And literally, I have not looked back. It's been a great journey. I've done direct sales from all angles. I've been an independent distributor for a number of years, did very well with that. I owned a couple of companies in the industry, and I've been in senior management levels in various companies as well. So I've experienced this industry from all angles, and I have to tell you, the one that I enjoy most, the role that I enjoy the most, is exactly what I'm doing right now, which is to help individuals like you, independent business builders, to reach out and find what it is that you want to achieve with your business and help you get there. So that to me is so rewarding, to help you achieve whatever level of success you are looking to achieve with your business. So I truly mean it. When you see on my emails, your partner in success, I truly am believing that we need to be partners in order for you to succeed. I need to be there to support you, to direct you to the tools that are available to you, to coach you on anything that you'll want to do or not do, the things to avoid as well. And so all of those kind of things play into our partnership. So welcome tonight and welcome to the partnership. I have individuals on this webinar tonight who were with Regal previously and have returned, so welcome back. Great to have you back on board. And for others, this is brand new. You have never been involved with Regal. Someone introduced you to Regal recently, or perhaps you even met me at an event, because some of you on this webinar I met at an event just last week. And so welcome everyone, and it's a great time to get started as we go into the details of why I say that. Let me tell you the history of Regal. The current co-owners are Fred Pritchard and Howard Goldstein. Let me tell you a little bit about how it came to be at this point here. Well, Regal is very well known. If you say Regal to anyone, especially if you say Regal catalog, their eyes light up. They know someone who was involved in Regal at some point, whether that was selling Regal or as a customer, their mother, their grandmother, even their great-grandmother. People just light up because Regal is an iconic Canadian name, and it has been since 1928. So it is a solid history here. The founder was William S. McCartney, and he was from the farm, but he moved to the city to find work. And when he got there, he first got started as a carpenter, but there wasn't enough work for him, so it wasn't long before he was out of work again. And then he started to sell envelopes. And so he was doing the door-to-door, salesman of envelopes, and that inspired him to get started on a business of his own by manufacturing greeting greeting cards, and that's how it all got started. So Regal is well known for greeting cards and wrapping paper. I mean, that is what we're about. When people think Regal, that's what they think about. They also think about very unique products that we have in the catalog, that when people are going through the catalog, they go, wow, why didn't I ever think of that? What a great invention. And so it's great stuff that people look forward to, you know, flipping through the catalog to see what we have this time. His fiance, William McCartney's fiance, Edith, invested the first $500 into that venture. Needless to say, they married, and happily married, they kept on with the building of this business. Well, this company has actually changed hands 3 times now. They now have the third owners of Regal, as I mentioned earlier, Fred Pritchard and Howard Goldstein. The former ones were Americans. They bought it from the original owners. They were American. They were trying to manage it from America, but they had a Canadian office in Barrie, Ontario. That didn't work out. Last August, they went into receivership, and so it went bankrupt, and it was on the block for anyone to purchase. Fred Pritchard and Howard Goldstein purchased it because they could see the opportunity to build this distribution type of business alongside of their other company that they have been building for the last 18 years and very successfully. And so they purchased Regal as a means of providing people with the distribution service of, you know, shipping out their products and whatnot. They knew it was a catalog business, and so they were excited about adding to what they had already built with their other company, which is called Golda's Kitchen. So the legacy continues on. The current co-owners are really on board with creating the excitement of Regal still being here and continuing that legacy. And we continue to be very responsible fiscally with this new Regal so that we don't fall into the trappings of the former Regal. We're very careful with how we spend our money and how we take care of things. The systems that we bring in place, the people we bring on board, they are very, very careful of what they're doing one step at a time, because we are laying a very strong and firm foundation so that this Regal will be here for decades and decades to come. And so when you see the various things that ambassadors are doing by way of shipping and the way they order, all of those things, a lot of thought and a lot of discussion went into each of those in detail so that we knew that we were putting the right systems, the right programs, the right tools in place. Okay, what are the fundamentals of direct selling? Okay, if you've done direct selling before, you know some of what I'm going to talk about in the next 3 or 4 slides. But for some of you that this is brand new, this will be a good crash course on what direct selling is all about. Well, first of all, direct selling is exactly as it means. You are selling direct to the customer, as opposed to retail companies which have they're the go-between the manufacturer and the consumer, and so there's a lot of overhead costs for those retailers, whereas as a direct seller yourself, you are getting it directly from the company. You're not the middle person who has a whole lot of overhead. There's very little overhead for you because you are doing this business from home in whatever time you choose to do it. So direct selling is selling directly to the customer. You are getting the products from the company and selling it to your customers. Those are your customers, and you're taking care of them, and we partner with you to make sure that we too are giving you and your customers the proper support that you need. Okay, what are some of the fundamentals in being successful in direct sales? In order to be successful, you need to know why you're doing this. Why do I say that's so important? When you have a reason for doing this, if things don't go quite as you expect it for a period of time or even for a day, it would be very easy to just give up or to just get discouraged or to just be confused as to whether you made the right choice. But when you've got a reason for doing this, it will wake you up in the middle of the night, okay, excited about an idea that just came into your mind or you just dreamed it up and you want to apply it to your business. And so you know that you want to achieve certain things and the creative juices will happen to get you there. Also, you'll have a lot of support from other ambassadors and from corporate and from other people that have experience in this industry that you meet along the way. And that will help you to apply the right things so that you stay on track and you continue working towards those goals, what it is that you want to achieve, the reason that you're doing this. And then the second thing is that you need to apply daily action, regardless of whether that's 1 hour or 5 hours a day or whatever it is that you choose, what you are available for in your business. Whatever amount of business time you've set aside, you want to make sure that you are using that very effectively and that you're doing actions that will produce results. And so I call those IPAs, income producing activities, and we'll go into a little more detail on that. Okay, you want to contact your warm market first. That's a term that we use in direct selling, warm market, and it simply means people who already know you, your friends, your family, your coworkers, your neighbors, people that you have a relationship with. That's your warm market, and those are the people that you want to approach first. And then having a plan and working that plan. And I'm going to make some recommendations here tonight on what could be included in such a plan and how to implement it. So as we go forward, you know, just take in what I am sharing with you, keeping in mind that, you know, these are recommendations. If you've done direct sales before and you have things that have worked very well for you, by all means, keep doing that, okay? But if you want to tweak it a bit, or if you're brand new to this, then I would say try to stick as close as you can to the recommendations that you are going to learn in the first little while as you are getting your business going, whether it's in this webinar or in subsequent webinars or talking with other ambassadors who are successful. You know, whatever it is, learn from those that are experienced in it, and then you'll get to tweak it as you move along and find what works specifically for you. Okay, so first of all, let's look at that reason why you're doing this. What is your big why? For some people that do this business, it's because they're looking for time freedom. They're finding that they have a day job, and it's by the time they get home at night, they have no energy and no time to do anything else. And so they see this as an opportunity to build it so that eventually they can give up that day job and just do their business, their Regal business, so that they can do it in the time that they choose and they can enjoy the other interests that they have in the rest of their day and evening. And so for many people, it's to be able to build a lifestyle that takes time, but that eventually they will have that kind of time freedom. And then eliminating debt. A lot of people get involved in a business like this because they need just that little bit of extra cash so that they want to, so that they can enhance their lifestyle, so that they can get rid of the debt, so that they can get themselves more financially stable. And you know, they say that if people that went into bankruptcy had just $300 more a month, they could have avoided that bankruptcy. So $300 a month in earnings is nothing. And when you consider the damage that is done when you go bankrupt, how it affects you for several years thereafter, isn't it worth taking on a business like this that would help to eliminate the debt and keep you from bankruptcy? So maybe that's something for someone who's listening here tonight. Enhancing your lifestyle in some way. That might be, you know, being able to take a vacation once in a while, or to be able to, you know, get your children into sports. And right now you don't have the budget to do that. Or perhaps it's to put them into a particular schooling that you would love to see them in. Whatever it is to enhance your lifestyle, earning the extra income here can make that happen. Retirement security. For some people, this becomes their nest egg. They are earning income here and putting that aside. They're investing it so that when they are ready to retire, they will have built that up through their business that they were doing on the side. Pardon me. For some, it's to enhance their health. That might be because right now you would like to be a part of a gym, or you'd like to be buying some products for your health, but you just don't have the discretionary money to do that. So the money might be to enhance your health. Helping others, to be able to give back to the community, to be able to help people in need, to have that extra income where you can do that. Perhaps it's your family members, perhaps it's even your children, your grandchildren, whatever it is, extra income can go a long way with helping people that you love and would love to be able to be a part of their success, of their moving ahead and enhancing their life. And then for some, it's just a little bit extra. They just want a little bit of extra cash for whatever reason. Now, let me just say before I move on, regardless of what your reason is, the one thing that you will benefit from by having this side business is if you are working full-time or part-time even, anybody that's employed, you are paying a lot of taxes on what you are bringing in by way of salary. Well, the government gives us an opportunity in Canada to be able to claim a whole lot of things in our home expenses because we are self-employed. So when you have a business like this, there's a whole lot of things that you can claim, and it will save you literally thousands of dollars from what you are paying right now in taxes, just because of your payroll, because of the salary that you're getting from your employer. So this will help to offset a lot of the taxes that you're paying. Let me just say that it's important that you keep your business building real simple. Don't complicate it. Don't add a lot to it that's going to take extra time. Keep it real simple. And one of the simple ways is, as I said, focus on the people that you know. There are going to be some great opportunities for you to go out there and find new customers even beyond them. But I would suggest that you get started right now when you get your catalogs, to start with the people that you know, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, all of what I've mentioned earlier. And why do I say to do that? Because it keeps the chill out of speaking with new people initially. For some of you, that's a real fear to talk to people. You don't know what to say, you don't know how to present it, or you may just go ahead and do it in whatever way you think it is, and you're not getting the results, and that could really be frustrating. And so it takes a chill out of trying to build your business quickly with people who don't know you yet. And so we're going to talk about why it's so important. Why your warm market first? Well, there's the trust and the rapport that already exists between you and them. They trust you. They have a rapport with you. They would gladly support your venture. You have loyalty with those individuals that corporations have to spend billions of dollars to develop. They don't know the general public, so they spend billions of dollars advertising and doing all kinds of creative marketing in order to get individuals even looking at their products, and then once they start to buy their products, to get the loyalty so that they'll keep coming back. With your warm market, that's not as big of an issue. Once they know what you're doing, why you're doing it, they'll want to support you. They look at the catalog, they will surely see some things in there that they're going to want to buy, and so they'll feel good because they're helping you. They'll feel great that they're getting things that they want. Okay, great practice for you with the people that you know. So how to present to them, practice on the people you know, because they're very forgiving. They understand you're getting started with it and you're using them as a practice board. So, take advantage of that opportunity to be able to be with somebody who will allow that for you. Okay, and then people buy from those they know, like, and trust. That is a plain fact. People will buy from those that they know, they like, and they trust, and you already have that with your warm market. The other thing that I would say with regards to your warm market, it's really important that you inoculate your personal contacts. Anybody that you personally know, you want to let them know as soon as possible that you have started a Regal business. Why do you want to do that? Yes, of course you want to get a catalog into their hand and you'd love to see them ordering, but you also want to inoculate them against meeting others who are in Regal. Yes, we all work together as a team. We're not competing against each other, but at the same time, they may have somebody at work or a neighbor who comes to them with a catalog, and if they don't know that you're already involved in Regal, they'll start ordering from those other individuals. And so you want to make sure they know, and even if this isn't the right time for them to start buying from you, they will remember that you are involved in a Regal business, and when they're ready, they will come to you. Okay, so your warm market list. Let me just leave you with these sayings because they are so true. It's very important that you not prejudge anyone. You might think, oh, well, I know this person really well. It's my sister or whatever, you know, and you may already have a preconceived idea of how she will respond. Let me say all of this. Do not prejudge, because those that you think won't buy from you, they will. Those you think will buy from you won't. Those you think can't buy from you can. And those you think can, can't. Okay, so do not prejudge anyone, because when you do, you are already deciding what their response is going to be to the opportunity to have a look at your catalog and to really have the joy of starting to take in the products and enjoy them and recommend them to their friends. And so you are robbing them of that blessing, if you will, of enjoying the Regal products. Okay, I'm going to pause for a moment here. You have note paper in hand, as I asked you to have when we were first getting started. I want you right now to write down 10 people that you know. Do not prejudge. Do not try to think, oh, would they want to look at a catalog? Nothing like that. Just whatever names are coming in your mind, take it that those are the ones that you need to put on the paper. So I'm going to give you a minute right now. Go ahead. Start writing down names. I want you to have 10 names on that sheet. Keep going. Who else do you know? Don't forget friends of friends. There is no limit to the people you know. We're told that we know at least 200 people each. So the first 10 that come to your mind. All right, and we'll pause there now. And so let's just say this is the start of your list, because I really encourage you after this webinar to continue that list and keep that list with you at all times, whether that's in your pocket, your handbag, your car, wherever, so that every time you think of somebody else, write them on that list, because you're now going to contact all of these individuals. Let them know that you're in business with Regal, that you are getting catalogs in very soon, and you would love to drop one off to them. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, the approach to take. Okay, moving right along. Make sure that you're always working smart, not just hard, okay? I shouldn't say not just, but not hard. It's fun. It's, you know, an enjoyment to be able to introduce people to something that's so exciting as the Regal catalog. So work smart, not hard. And what do I mean by that? Well, as Jim Rohn says at the bottom, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. So here's one discipline I want you to adopt in your Regal business. Don't sell, sort. Because we are not in the convincing business. So when you contact those individuals, you're going to get some, as it said in the previous slide, that you think will be interested and they're not for whatever reason. That's okay. Accept that. You're sorting through that list. You're not trying to convince anyone. You're inviting them to look at the catalog, and you're sorting through which ones are interested at this time. Okay, you're best to know if they don't have the time to look at the catalog or they're not interested in it. You're best to know that than to bring a catalog to them, take the time to do that, invest in a catalog only for them to have it collecting dust somewhere or end up in their recycle box. Okay, so don't sell, just sort. Invite people to have a look. Develop a long-term thinking. So don't let the emotional roller coaster throw you off track. Here's something that's real in direct sales. You will have a roller coaster ride, no doubt. And even sometimes you're on the up and down in the same day, perhaps even in the same hour. Let me give you an example of that. How many of you have been in sales before and can totally relate to this? You know, you're on a high. You woke up in the morning, you're excited, you're thinking about what you're going to do for the day to find those new customers. So you're bringing out your list and you're saying, okay, I'm going to call these people that my customers have referred me to. I'm going to call them, introduce myself, let them know that Sally, recommended that we contact. And so you're really excited because these people have said, no, I know that my friends are going to love to have a catalog as well. So they gave you a list of their friends and you're really excited to get on the phone and talk to them. So you're getting on that phone, you make the first call, and it's voicemail. Well, okay, that's not too much of a downer. You do get in voicemails, and you've been coached on what to do about voicemail, so you're okay with that. Next call, you get somebody on the call, and they say, yes, I'd love to get a catalog. Sally was telling me about it, and I'd love to get one. Oh, you're on a high. You're excited. You make arrangements for when you're going to bring that catalog over. You get on the next call, and it's like, Sally who? Oh, I haven't talked to her for years. Why would she give you my name? No, I'm not interested in anything. Click. They hang up on you. Whoa, that was a shocker. Why would that happen? You're on a downer. And it goes on and on and on, up and down, up and down. And I'm telling you, don't let that emotional roller coaster get you down because it's just a natural part of doing sales. And in fact, you know what? Every time you're on the down, you're just on your way back up, because that's the way it works, up and down, up and down. So don't let it get you down. Don't let the emotions drag you into a discouragement mode. Stay focused on the long term, which is you want to reach those goals that you have set. And so each time you talk to another person, you're one step closer to that goal. Whether they said yes or no, each step is getting you closer. Okay, and realize that life happens to us all, whether we get sick or a loved one gets sick or there's accidents that happen, whatever the case may be, life happens. So accept it and know that it will happen in your life, and it may interrupt your business for a short time, but remain focused. Remain focused on what you want to achieve and how can you still get that into your life, the circumstances that are happening. Are you still able to do some of the business while that is going on, or is it something that you have to put on pause? And if you have to put it on pause, what can you do to let your customers know in advance that here's how you would suggest that they do their orderings at this time? And maybe it's, if they are computer savvy, get them ordering online. If they're not computer savvy, do you have time to teach them how to order online? And whatever it is, they don't even need to know that you've got circumstances happening, but remain focused on achieving that goal or those goals, and recognize that life will happen and may have some hiccups along the way that interrupt your timeline on hitting those goals. Have some trusted friends that can encourage you. We are strong on encouraging accountability buddies. In one of the programs that we're offering right now to our ambassadors, and many of them are taking it, the 21-day challenge, a good part of that is having an accountability buddy. And so have friends around you who can support you when life happens, and they can encourage you. They can perhaps give you some tips on how you could do the business still. They may even come alongside and help you in whatever way, whether it's babysitting your children or whatever it is. So call on your support team when you need it, and then allow yourself a brief regroup time. If you need time out, take that time, and it's amazing how creative we can get when we're flat on our back or having to be, visiting with somebody in the hospital. Whatever time that you have aside from your regular routine, that's when creative juices often happen. And so that could be a great regrouping time. And so just take it as there's a purpose in everything. So when life happens, there's a hiccup in your plan, just take it as there's a purpose in this. What am I learning from it? What am I going to take out of this trial time? Okay, and then always remain positive. Don't be discouraged when someone says no, because some will, some won't. So what? The next one will. And so you just keep moving forward. No doesn't mean that it's no forever. And it actually means that you're one step closer to the next yes that's going to come, because no and yes both happen. And so don't get stuck on the no. Know that it's just not right for them at that time, or they need more information from you, whatever the case may be. But just, keep that relationship warm with them and recognize that it's okay. You're moving forward and the next one will be a yes. Okay, what are some practices specifically in Regal that will help to accelerate you to the success that you desire? And let me just say, success is different for different people. For some of you, it's going to be a huge accomplishment that you want to achieve through Regal. For others, it's any of the things that we mentioned earlier, or even something that we didn't mention. But when I say success throughout this program, just think in terms of what it is that you want to achieve. And that's why I wanted you to do that exercise before we got started by entering in the question area. Why are you doing the Regal business? What brought you to get engaged with the Regal business? Okay, so what are two of the main practices that I'm going to highlight here tonight that can help you get started immediately on the right path? First of all, marketing venues for new business. Where are you going to find new business? After you've delivered those catalogs to all of your warm market, where else can you go to get new customers? And then secondly, what are the 3 steps that you are going to take in order to gain new customers? You are new at your business, so even your warm market, they're new customers to you because you're just getting started. So how are you going to address them? How are you going to present Regal to them? We're going to talk about that in greater detail here. First of all, let's talk about the various places where you can find your customers. There's grand opening. You're in business for yourself. Retail businesses have grand openings all the time, so why not you? Why not invite all of your warm market and have them come and celebrate with you the start of your new business? Let them know that you're celebrating with your friends and family. You'd love to have them come over. They can pick up a catalog while they're there. You'll have a great time together. And so just plan that. Expect to have a great turnout that will springboard you onward into a lot of orders and referrals and all the rest of it. So the next item is referrals. You're going to be asking them, who do you know that would also appreciate a catalog, that would also like to have a look at Regal? Okay, social media, if you're involved in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of those social media sites, you want to get the word out on those as well, that you are now representing Regal. And there's various ways in which you can do that, and we will coach you on that as you go forward. Networking events. Find out what's happening in your community by way of networking, small businesses coming together and supporting one another. You need to get involved in those so that you can let everybody know that you're the Regal person for this community, okay? Purchasing leads, that's one of the ways that people implement, finding new leads, new customers. You may want to do that at some point. If so, you can certainly ask me about that. I've done that a lot over the years. Ad campaigns, again, there's a right way and a wrong way to do that. I would stay away from that initially unless you're experienced at it. Trade shows, it's a great place. Some of you on this webinar, I just met last week at a trade show. So an exciting time for you to introduce Regal, where the people are coming to see what's at the show. And so they're coming expecting, and you invite them to have a look at Regal. Community events, anything that's happening in your community. We're going into the summer now. It's an opportunity for you to find out what's happening in your community that you can display a table at, or that you can in some way advertise in their program or anything like that. Neighborhood farming. Real estate agents, good real estate agents, really know how to do this well. They select a neighborhood that they're going to farm, and that means that they're going to peak those individuals on a regular basis until they finally bite, okay? So they will perhaps deliver a piece of literature. They'll knock on the door, introduce themselves, letting them know that they are their real estate agent from that particular company. They'll tell them a little bit about themselves and ask them if they are in a position right now to buy or sell any real estate. And so they are beginning a relationship with them. And then they come back a number of times until that person is ready to do either of that, to sell their home or to buy another property. So they do that on a regular basis. They start with one community, they work it. Once they've got a nice accumulation of customers, then they go on and they build another neighborhood. And they continue to do that as they are farming the whole area, the whole region that they want to cover. So that's something you can definitely do. And we actually have a couple of features that you can use that with. There's neighborhood mail and personalized mail. Those are two things that we do through Canada Post that you'll hear more about, and we'll give you the details of that as you move forward. Online marketing, how do you market online? What are the best websites to market on? And so there's that aspect. Home parties, you have people over for the grand opening, and then you ask them, how would you like to open your home and have your friends come and introduce me to a new circle of people. Have me come to your home. We'll have a great time. We'll do some fun things together. I'll show them some of the products that I've personally purchased and my customers have purchased thus far, and then we'll be able to build a great evening of introduction to Regal. And so that's an opportunity for you to, at your grand opening, introduce that concept, get them to agree to having a party in their home, and have some kind of an incentive. It doesn't have to be anything big. It could even be one prize as a draw prize at your grand opening, and anybody who books a home party with you that night gets to enter the draw. Anyone who places an order with you that night gets to enter the draw. So, have fun with that. There's a lot of, home parties, there's a whole science to that. So if that's of interest to you, we can certainly talk about how to do that most effectively. So I want to say the only limitation to how you're going to find customers is your imagination and your drive. So what is it that you want to do in order to find customers? How far are you willing to go in this list or even beyond this list in finding those customers that will be with you for years and years to come? That's one thing about Regal customers. They are very loyal. Once they start ordering, they stay with you. And we have many Regal ambassadors who have had customers for decades, literally, ordering from them on a regular basis. So let's talk about that home party idea a little bit further. Do that grand opening as a starter. A friend of mine built her very, very successful direct sales business doing home parties on a weekly basis. And I'm only recommending monthly here. But every week she would open her home, and whoever she met in her just day-to-day activities, people that she would talk to at the grocery store or wherever, she would invite them. If she got into a conversation about what she does, she would invite them to come and check it out. That she has a few friends over on every Monday night, and just come on in and see what it's about, and let's get to know each other. And so she would just serve, coffee, tea, and whatever, some little cookies or whatever. And so every week she had a new string of people coming in. Sometimes she had one or two, sometimes she had 10 or more. And so that might be something you want to do as you meet new people throughout the month at those various events that we just mentioned, or online, whatever it is. Invite them, if they're local, to come to your home at your monthly home party. And from there, again, you're looking to get individuals who are going to book parties with you, and of course place orders at your home party. Now, it doesn't have to be a home party. There's a cyber party where you can do a party on your Facebook page, inviting everybody to have a look at your website and to order from there. And you could even assign a host. You could say you're having a draw for whoever's going to be the host and get whatever rewards you're giving them for the sales that come in. So you can be creative with that. We can brainstorm with it if it's something that piques your interest. And the catalog party, you can just be handing them out at work or in your community and have a party that way, as opposed to having people in your home. Okay, so incent your guests, and they will book and they will order. As long as you are excited about it, they will catch on as well. You will attract like-minded people. What you're excited about, you will attract same people. Okay, so applying those consistent daily actions that I talked about earlier, the income producing activities. Here are 3 things that you want to do regularly. Okay, everything that you're doing with your catalogs has to go through these 3 stages. First of all, you connect with the person. That might be face-to-face at an event. You're connecting with them, or you're connecting with them by phone, or by email, or on Facebook. But the first step is connecting. And then delivering a catalog. How are you going to do that? If you're doing it online and they're not living anywhere near you, then it wouldn't be the catalog, it would be your website that you're directing them to. So delivering the catalog, whether that's the online catalog or a physical catalog that you're going to drop off to them. And then the third step is to follow up after you've delivered that catalog. Okay, so enjoy conversations everywhere you go. I talk to everyone, no matter where I go. I'm standing in the lineup at the grocery store and we're waiting to get to the front of the line. I talk with whoever's in front of me or behind me, finding something of commonality or making mention of their cute little daughter, or I love their outfit, or love that handbag, or whatever the case might be. And you never know where that conversation's going to go. So just be having fun in life. Go out there and just have conversations with people everywhere. So what are the 3 steps in detail? Yes, connect, deliver catalog, and follow up. What do you do in the connect? Well, first you make that connection and you make it brief. You want to make sure that when you're calling your list of individuals, that you are right to the point of why you're calling. You don't want to get into a half-hour conversation about your children, their children, the community events, all of those kind of things, and then try to bring it back to your Regal business. Because if you do, it won't be natural, it won't feel or sound natural, and they will discredit everything that you've talked about up until that point, because when you finally tell them what you're really calling about, they'll think, oh, she just wanted to sell me something. She wasn't really interested in what she asked me about my son, whatever it was that you conversed about. And so you want to make sure you make it clear right from the beginning. Yes, of course, you want to have a warm greeting. You want to have a little bit of chit chat at the front. And, you may not have seen them for a while. And it's like, Mary, I'm so excited about something. I know you and I haven't talked for a while, but your name came to my mind because I just recently started a business and I just wanted to share that with you. Is this a good time for us to talk? And then wait for the response. And when she says yes, then go ahead and say, Mary, I'd love to get caught up with you, find out what's happening in your life now. And, it's been a while, and I know that your son was doing this and your daughter was doing that. And, let's talk about that. But, before we get into that, let me just tell you what I was calling about. And then we can put that aside and talk about your family and get caught up. And so then you get into why you're calling. Okay. And so you're saying, okay, Mary, the reason that I'm calling and I'm so excited is because I decided to start a business with a company called Regal Home and Gifts. Does that name sound familiar to you at all? Perhaps as Regal catalogs? And so then wait for the response to that. And so engage them in the conversation by asking questions and letting them know, I've got some catalogs I just got on hand, or if they're just coming, I've got catalogs coming. I'd love to get one in your hands. I know there's always exciting stuff in the catalogs. And so when would be a good time for me to drop that catalog off to you? I'm available next Thursday or next Friday, between this time and that time. What would be good for you? Okay, and then make note of it, make a commitment to bring it to them at the time that they're saying. You want to make sure that you treat this as a business, and they will see that right from the start, that you are in business, you're treating it as a business, and they will respect that. Okay, so you set the appointment, and then you affirm, after you've had the chit chat about the families and whatnot and you're ready to get off the phone, then you want to say, Mary, it's been great catching up with you. I'm so glad that I called you. You're going to love this catalog, and let's get together. I mean, I'm going to drop that off as we discussed next Friday at 6 p.m. It's dinner time, so I don't want to interrupt that time. But when I get together with you, let's plan another time that we can get together over tea and really visit. Okay, and then just, you're building that relationship again. If it's somebody that you've met or that you see on a regular basis, you would obviously word it a little bit differently, but you get the gist. You want to get right into the business after a little short, brief, chit chat at the front, and then get into that, and then afterwards talk with them about personal things, whatever, the relationship gives to. Okay, next step is when you deliver the catalog, what do? Well, you hold that beautiful catalog in your hands. If you've seen this current catalog, you know how beautiful it is. The woman holding a gorgeous umbrella, and there's the full blooming trees behind her. It looks like Vancouver on a rainy day, okay? And so you hold that catalog, showing it to them and saying, I just love this cover. Isn't this beautiful? Well, this new Regal, Regal was just repurchased last November, and these new owners get it. They are bringing quality to the cover and to the products that they're including in here. We are taking Regal up another notch from where it's been all of these years, and I'm really excited about that. So as you can see, it's a beautiful cover. Let me just show you the inside, and you flip through it very quickly. Show them the tabs that show the different product categories that are in the catalog. So they'll see the home decor, and they'll see the other different tabs that are in the catalog. And so you're showing those and you're pointing them out to them. And you're saying you'll see a variety of products and a variety of prices. We've got prices to please everybody in here. And so as you go through this, browse through it the first time and get a feel for it, the look and feel of Regal. And then I would say close it, go and do something, come back maybe later in that day or even the next day and start to go through it one page at a time. And it'll be amazing how things jump out of the pages at you and you say, wow, I didn't see that the first time. This is something I'd really love, And so enjoy it, Mary. It's there for you to just browse through and see if there's anything in there that would be of interest to you. So what I'd like to do, Mary, I like to keep my catalogs circulating. We have them for about an 8-week period. So during that 8-week cycle, I like to keep my catalogs circulating. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to come pick it up in another 3 days and see if you have any questions at that time, see if you're ready to place an order. I combine orders for all of my customers on the same day every week. So Wednesday is my ordering day, and so I ask my customers to let me know before Wednesday so I can combine all the orders of that week together, and that will save you significantly in shipping cost. So I'm going to come back in another 3 days. Let me see, that would be let's say Tuesday morning. Does that work for you if I come by on Tuesday morning, or would it be better Tuesday evening? And you get the answer from her, you make note of when you're coming back, you say, great, you enjoy that catalog. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to call me. My contact information's on the back, but you already know it. And so, Mary, I look forward to seeing you again in 3 days. Perhaps we'll have time for tea at that time, do you think? And so then you're building that relationship even stronger as a business customer and as a friend. All right, you come back for the follow-up to pick up that catalog. Now what do? You're gauging their interest, so you start asking them questions. Mary, what product category interested you the most? And let her talk. Listen very attentively because you'll pick up on clues of what she's really interested in. Okay, answer her questions, give her some stories. If you've got stories about the products that she's mentioning, stories sell. In sales we say facts tell, but stories sell. So you're always better off telling stories to highlight the benefits of the products that she's interested in. And then ask for the order. How many times we do a great job of all 3 steps, but when it comes to the very end, we don't ask for the order. You just kind of leave it for her to decide yes or no. Well, there are questions that you could be asking that are not pushy. We do not push sales on anyone. This culture that we are building at Regal is a soft sell. It's a relationship sell. And so we don't want anyone to detect us as salespeople. We are product advisors, we are friends, and we are there to help them make the choices that are good for them. And so you want to ask for that order at the end of your visit. If it hasn't come to that naturally as you're answering the questions, then it's like, Well, Mary, would you be interested in placing an order to save shipping on the orders I'm placing this week? As I said, I do place them on Wednesdays, which is just tomorrow. And so would that be of interest to you? Are you ready to get started with a product or two today? And then wait for the answer. And I'll tell you, I say this over and over again. When you ask that closing question, when you are inviting them to place an order, you need to stay silent, okay? Or to be more blunt, shut up, okay? Zip it up, because the next person that talks is the one that gets to keep the product. So if she talks, she's there, okay? She's likely going to be buying, all right? If you've taken her through these steps and she's shown an interest and you know that she's at that interest level to place an order and you ask the question, then just be quiet and let her answer. If she's not a yes yet and she's hesitating or it's a no, then you can ask her subsequent questions. I understand, Mary, perhaps this isn't a right time for you. May I just ask why you would not be prepared to place an order at this time? Either way is fine with me. I'm just curious. And then let her talk again. Okay? Make it real comfortable for her to say no, but at the same time, don't accept her no as the final answer. Okay? And then here we go. That's a follow-up. You're going to learn a lot of other tips as you move forward with us. We do a lot of training on how to present yourself in a soft way. All right, you're probably wondering, okay, what do I get paid? Show me the money. What does Regal pay? Well, as a Regal ambassador, you get started at the start point, but you have the opportunity to reach up to 35% commission. And so that is a healthy number. In direct sales, oftentimes you'll see it at 25, 30. Very few companies go as high as 35. Well, the reason we can do that is because we don't pay multi-level. We don't do multi-level compensation plan like a lot of other direct sales companies. So we're not paying out to other people that you're recommending to the business. We're paying just to you. And so that's why we can max up to that 35%, whereas other companies need to save some of that to pay the what they call downline commission. Okay? We do have awards program. We do recognize those who are achieving the top levels of sales on a monthly basis, and they are rewarded for doing that. They're recognized for doing that. We have various programs that we will introduce as the year goes on with incenting you for action, and so there'll be a special on if you do this, you'll earn this. And so it's going to be an exciting time that as you are looking to achieve your goals, you are also being rewarded in other ways in addition to the income. And then leadership incentives, as you reach a certain level, and I'll talk about that when I show the rest of this slide, when you reach that level, there's a lot of other perks that you don't have until you reach that level. And then there's the marketing support for the leaders. When you reach that level, then we are helping you with your marketing. We are supporting you. We are partnering with you, if you will, in some of the ventures, some of the initiatives that you would be taking as a leader in the higher levels. And then we pay by direct deposit to your bank account. So make sure we have your banking information. The best way to do that is send us a void check or the sheet that you would get from your bank that shows all of the information, transit number, institution number, your bank account number, all of those things. So get that to us ASAP, because we can't pay you unless we have that information. We pay on a monthly basis. One of the perks, when you get to a certain level, you'll be getting paid twice monthly, but initially you'll get paid monthly. We go for the whole month. All of the sales that you've placed, all the sales that you've placed for your customers, you get commission for that at the end of the month. Okay, here are the levels in which you grow your business. So you start at the green box at the bottom there, Regal Ambassador, and when you are selling up to $499 in product sales accumulated, so you might do 200 this month, next month you do another 100, the next month you do 149, then you add all of that up to your $499. When you go over that $499, you've reached 500 in accumulated product sales. Then you go up to the next level, which is a bronze, and you stay at bronze level until you reach accumulated sales of 999. Then you go up to silver once you reach 1,000, up until 1999, and then you go to the gold. And gold is that first leadership level that I mentioned earlier. Gold is really where you want to place your eyes right now, your focus on. You want to get to that $2,000 mark as soon as possible, because when you reach gold, then you've got a lot of the other leadership perks that come with that. Okay, so as a gold ambassador, you have accumulated your product orders up to $2,000, and you'll stay at that level until you've accumulated up to $49.99. When you reach 5,000, you go up to the next level of platinum until you reach 10,000 in accumulated, and then you become diamond. And we have several individuals who are at the diamond level, as well as platinum and gold and the rest of them. So it is definitely very attainable, especially since we're talking accumulated sales. Okay, so what do you earn by way of commission? Getting started, you're at the 12%, okay? Getting started until you reach that $500. Once you're at the 500, you're going to be at 15% commission on all of your product orders for you and your customer orders. And then 20%, 25, 30, and 35. And as I said, there's other perks that are added once you reach the gold and above. Okay, so perseverance is so key in building a successful business. Why? Because you will have some discouraging times, so do not quit. One of the biggest reasons that people quit is because they feel that they lack support. When they're with other companies and they've given up and they went from one company to the next, the number one reason that is given, that's a statistic, they say that it was because they just didn't have the support they needed. They needed more training. They needed somebody there alongside to coach them, to show them how to do it, and they didn't feel that they had it in those other companies. And so we have really implemented a lot of things. When you consider we really only launched in February of this year, you know, we acquired Regal in November, but it took us till February to be able to open the door and let the provinces that were then licensed get started with selling. And so February 1st was when our first catalog was released, and so that's only a very short time from now, and yet we have implemented a lot of various ways in which you are going to receive the support you need. And here you see it on your screen. So let me just go through them very quickly. The Facebook groups, we have various Facebook groups. I'll show you that in the final slide, that you can be a part of the Regal community, get some ideas from other ambassadors. Corporate is posting things on those groups on a regular basis, and so you're kept informed, you're up to date on everything when you're a part of those groups. And then monthly webinars on the last Monday of every month, so block May 29th, that's our next one. That's our Ambassador Huddle webinar, and that's for all ambassadors of all levels. The last Tuesday of the month is when we have for our leadership, for gold and above. And so you're going to want to mark May 29th because you are going to be invited to participate, to be a part of that webinar where we share a lot of great training tips, give you updates on anything that you need to be informed on. We recognize the top achievers of the previous month. It's a really jam-packed webinar in 1 hour. Okay, monthly newsletter, we send that out on the first Friday of every month to keep you informed on everything that is happening. We also have a product spotlight monthly email that goes out at the middle of the month, and that is highlighting some of the products. And it's a flyer that you can duplicate, that you can actually use in whatever form you are marketing. So you can print it out and hand it out. You can use it in soft form so that you can put it up on your Facebook page. You know, you can use that. We create those spotlights so that it's a tool for you to use every month, okay, to generate the orders from your customers. And then we have the leads that come to us in various forms, and we always take those leads who are not connected to an ambassador and put them out to the ambassadors who are in their postal area. So if you are open to receiving leads, and why would you not be, you will be a part of receiving any leads for your local area when some are available. So you'll receive an email that says, you know, we have a lead, someone who wants to receive a catalog, wants to place an order, is looking for somebody in this postal area. And so the first person that responds to that will get the lead. So you'll want to watch for those emails. Okay. Training programs, I mentioned the 21-day challenge. It's a very boot camp kind of training to really take your Regal business to the next level. You'll want to be a part of that. If you're serious about building a significant Regal business, you're going to want to be a part of the 21-day program when it plays again. We're right in the middle of it right now, so you can't come in the between, but we will be offering it very soon because there's a whole lot of you that are coming in weekly, and so we'll want to offer it again very soon. You're going to have your own personal referral website, and we're going to have a couple of screenshots on that for you to get a sneak peek on what you're going to get. The morning drive training tips, that's me commuting into the office, and so I put my recording app on my phone that's prompted up on my dashboard, and I give you some tips. And so I just record a 10-12 minute tip message, and then I put it up on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you're not on Facebook, you can always get any of our recordings from our webinar or from my morning drive up on YouTube. And then I think that's it for this. Let's move forward and see what else we have. Your personal referral website will look like this. It'll be www.regal.ca !AMB for ambassador equals, and then your ID number. So your ID number will be 7 digits. You will, if you haven't already, you will be receiving an email very soon that says, welcome to Regal. Congratulations on choosing to start a business with Regal. Here is your ID number. Here's your referral website URL. Here's your commission level. So you'll be receiving that from Fred Pritchard, the president of Regal Home and Gifts, and you should be getting that anywhere around within 10 days of when you actually filled out your application. Okay, so once you have that email, you will be able to go to your website, and it will be as it says at the top there, but it'll have your numbers there. So here's a screenshot, just an example. When you give that URL to everyone you know, make sure it's on all the marketing pieces that you put out there, including your catalog, because every time somebody orders from your website, it automatically recognizes it's yours, and you receive commission that month for that order. When they land on your URL, on your website, they will see at the top that blue bar that says your Regal Ambassador, and then your name, your email address, and your ID number with us. Okay, just to highlight a couple of things here, right underneath that it'll say welcome Jane Doe if she's registered, okay, or it'll just say welcome, and then right next to it says register. You're going to want to encourage your customers the first time that they visit your website, they're going to click on that register, and they're going to enter their information. Okay, their name, their email address, their address, and then they will never have to enter that again. The cookies on their computer will recognize that they're going to your website, and the website will recognize their address and everything according to those cookies. Okay, so they are going to register once, and then it'll recognize them from there. So once they come back again, they'll see welcome Jane Doe because it recognizes them. All right, so that's what your customers will see. And they'll see find an ambassador, gift registry, and become an ambassador. All right. And then when you are going into your website, so if you went into here, into your URL, and next to register you see log in, if you click on there and you enter your email address that you put on your application form, and you put in the password that we're going to give you in your welcome email, it's a temporary password, you're going to enter that. So you do click, or you click on login, enter your email address and the password that we give you, and then it takes you to your dashboard that looks like this. And there's a whole lot of information in here. I'm not going to go through all of it with you because there's another video recorded with going through all of this. And so just want to highlight a couple of things. On the left-hand side, once you have this, you're going to want to go through and get familiar with it. Account information, you're going to want to click on there and change your temporary password, okay, so that it's something that only you know. And then other things, address book, that's where anytime a customer is ordering or going on your website and clicks on register and gives their information, it's going to show up in your address book. So you will have all that contact information for all of your customers who have been there. Okay, my orders, that's going to be where your orders show up. Any orders that you place will be recorded forever and ever. So you'll have an archive of all your orders, not just for that month, but ongoing. And if you go to the bottom of that gray area on the left-hand side, you see customer orders, okay, just below gift registry. That's where you're going to go and click on there, and it'll show all of your customers and what they have ordered. So the neat thing about that is you can wake up in the morning, click on there, and somebody ordered while you were sleeping. How exciting is that? Okay. One more item I'm going to highlight on this screenshot here is up in the top right-hand corner, over by that blue bar at the top, just below that, you see sales tools. When you click on there, that's where you're going to be able to order your catalogs, your order forms, download the logo so that you can use it for business cards and other purposes. And there's a whole lot of other things that will continue to be added there that are sales tools just for you as an ambassador. Okay, so just ambassadors have access to that. You'll recall in the previous slide where the sales tools are, what your customer is actually seeing is become an ambassador. They'll never see your sales tools. They'll never be able to go into your back office. Okay. All right. A team that learns together grows together. So you're going to want to make note. Ambassador Huddle webinar is every last Monday, and it's at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then once you reach gold and above, you'll be invited to come to the last Tuesday webinar as well, where we do advanced training with them. And then the Facebook groups, they're on the screen there. You could look at it again when you do the recording, or you can take a snapshot of this with your phone camera, whatever works for you, because you're going to want to go and request entry into these Facebook groups. Now let me just highlight what each of them are. Regal Ambassadors, okay, I'm not going to read out the whole first part about the Facebook, but / Regal Ambassadors, the first one, that's for all ambassadors at all levels. A great place for you to stay informed of what we post as company, because only we can post on that particular group. But you can reply to those posts as much as you want, and you will see some very interesting comments there as all the other ambassadors are giving feedback on our post or asking questions. You will learn so much from just being a part of that community. Regal Chat, the next one. That's again for all ambassadors of all levels. The difference on this one is that you can post. So you might have an idea, or you might have a question that you want the other ambassadors to comment on. You can actually initiate a post. Okay. Now there are conditions for all of these Facebook groups. We are very, very non-forgiving of conditions being violated. And so there are conditions. Make sure you get familiar with them. They're at the top of the Facebook group when you're first accepted into the group, and you'll want to read through that to know what you can or cannot do or say on the Facebook groups. We do not tolerate negative talk. We do not tolerate improper language, anything like that. Talking about other companies, anything like that, we get on it right away. We private message the individual, let them know why that's a violation of our condition, ask them to delete their message, or we will delete it for them. Okay, so Regal Chat, you can post on there, you can reply to other people's posts and all of that. It's great community. Regal Leaders, that's for the gold and above, where they get to chat among themselves. And then Regal Home and Gifts is not a group, it's an actual Facebook page, and it's for the public. We have over 40,000 followers on there, so we have inherited that from the previous two Regal owners, and it has been something that has grown over the years and very valuable because we get to pique those customers with the Regal products, posting pictures and descriptions of the product that we're spotlighting, and then they respond and they order, and we always put on there, contact your own ambassador. So any kind of marketing that we do as corporate, we always point them to their own ambassador, okay? And so the same thing on that Regal Home and Gifts Facebook page. Now, the nice thing about anything that we post like that on any of the Facebook groups where it's advertising a product and it's got a really fun description with it, that's your opportunity to do a copy or share and put it on your Facebook group. But then make sure that you add to the message your own URL, okay? And just as you're talking to your Facebook friends about this product, you want to make sure that you're directing them to your own website. Okay, all right, quick start, plan of action. We're closing up here now. So plan of action, what do you do now? What do you do moving forward? How can you ensure that you're off to a great start and that the things we talked about in this webinar will be applied and will bring the results that you're looking for? Well, first of all, create a plan on how you will build. Who is that market that you're going to approach first? Your warm market. So start that list, continue that list, and start contacting them using that 3-step of connect, deliver, and follow up. Okay, so have a plan. Are you ready to go into some of those other marketing venues that we listed? Okay, doing home parties, doing your grand opening, doing networking groups, all of that. Create a plan. Treat it as a business. If you were doing a business that cost you, say, $100,000, you would be treating that quite responsibly, wouldn't you? You would have a business plan, you would know what you're going to do, you would know exactly what kind of hours you're going to keep and what you're going to do in those hours. Treat this the same. Treat it as though you have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you will achieve the income that you're looking for and the rewards that you're not even thinking of that we will reward you with. So create a plan and work the plan. And then get connected on Facebook and join the webinars. Connect yourself with everything that we offer. Accelerate to the higher commission levels as soon as possible. You know, how quickly can you get $500 in sales? I had somebody just today so excited she was placing a $200 order, which puts her over the level that she's at, and so she's going to be promoting next month. How exciting is that? And it's not just about getting up to that level. It means all of her sales next month, she now gets additional commission from them, okay? And so you promote in this month according to what you've done in accumulated sales, and immediately the following month you're in that new percentage. So accelerate to the higher levels as soon as possible. Okay, apply the practices that we shared in this training and ask for help where needed. We are there for you. Customer service is there for you. I'm on Facebook constantly because I monitor all of the groups, and I always say, you know, if you want me to come and you know, comment or provide information on anything that is being discussed, just tag me. And if you're in Facebook, you know what that means. It just means in your message on that Facebook post, put Carol Ford, my full name, and I instantly will get an email from Facebook saying I'm being tagged in a conversation, and it gives me the link so that I can go right there and see what it is that's being discussed, and then I can decide how to respond, whether I should respond to the individual privately in a private message, or whether it's something that everybody would benefit from and I can answer it right there on that post. Okay, so feel free to tag me anytime on the Facebook groups. By the way, I'm not sure I made it clear, but those Facebook groups you do need to be accepted in. So go to those Facebook group pages, and there's going to be a join button, and then we have staff that is going to see your name there and welcome you in, accept your request, and then they are going to welcome you on the Facebook page and say, hey everyone, welcome Sally Smith who's just come on board. Okay. All right, so congratulations. You've just invested the first hour and a bit of your Regal Home and Gifts success. So congratulations for taking this time. Congratulations for signing up with this business. What is it that you want to achieve? I want to get you there. I truly do. Okay, so we are here to partner with you. Customer service number is 905-814-7342. Email is ambassadors@regal.ca, or you can do customer service@regal.ca. If you want something to come to me specifically, you can send to those email addresses and just put my name in the subject line, and the staff know to forward it directly to me. Okay, we have two websites. One is the regal.ca, which is also what you get with your URL, but there's the corporate one, regal.ca, which doesn't have any ambassador name at the top. And then we also have the one where you can, you may have filled out your application from, you may have gone there to read the FAQs. All of those kind of things are on regalhomeandgifts.com. Now, the one that you're seeing right now is a very basic, regalhomeandgifts.com. It's a very basic information sheet. It's what we used initially as we first acquired Regal, to let the former Regal ambassadors know, or they were called sales reps back then, let the former sales reps know that we are back in business and that they can re-register with us. That's what that page was designed for. Our marketing team is working furiously to put together an outstanding website that will be an information website for the general public, but also information for you as well. It'll talk about the Regal history and a whole lot of other things. So when they want to shop, they go to regal.ca. When they want to know more about Regal Home and Gifts, they go to the regalhomeandgifts.com. Okay, so folks, thank you so much for your time here. I really appreciate you taking this time. I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you. So please drop me a line. Let me know what you thought of this webinar and how I can best support you, or how customer service can best support you at this time. Okay, thank you so much. God bless you and your business, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.